Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed last year.
With Alex's biceps. Woo! Damn.
Love this.
That's a hot start.
Nice.
Yeah, right. So what we're doing. Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to another episode. We're going to go straight into it. We are talking about predictions for 2025. Yeah, that's right. You heard it here first. We are doing something different. And we are going to be talking about our predictions. So, first off, what should we talk about? Ukraine. What's going to happen?
Do you
think Donald Trump's actually going to... Because he came in early last year, January, sworn in, and he said he was going to get it done within 48 hours or days or something, I don't know. A very, very quick time. And he's got egg in his face because here we are a year later and it's not happening. And Putin's not seeming to give it up. But there's a lot of talks about this peace agreement, isn't there? Will it happen?
Well, there's been loads of peace agreements, haven't there? And they've all fallen through.
Is it going to happen? Don't think so.
Don't think so.
No. He's
cool.
Putin, right? He's an older man. He's in it now, and I can't see what's the benefit. Yeah, you know, you're gonna, if he doesn't, if he stops now, I reckon he's gonna be really bored, right? So he's just gonna continue. He's got his whole economy on a war footing, so he's not gonna stop. I don't think it matters what Donald Trump says. He's still got a lot of decent. What's going on? Are you all right?
No, I'm just joking.
Okay. He's still got a lot of allies. This is Putin. He's still got allies with India, China, you know, all the bad guys, basically. So I don't think he'll stop. I think he'll continue. And he's just going to make a mockery of Europe and the United States. And I think he pretty much wants the whole of Ukraine and probably the rest of the Baltic states as well, which is why Europe is worried, and which is why we're still continuing to fund the Ukraine war efforts. Embarrassing as it is that he still hasn't really got much further. Have you seen the death toll of the Russians?
No.
It's expected to be like something like 260,000 this like last year or something.
Mental. And these are all young. These are mostly young people as well.
Yeah, they're all young people. Yeah.
They're 18-year-olds that have been drafted, which is mental but it's understandable, but it's it's not been a good show. But do you know what it's really showed? It showed how fucking Russia's power really is actually not that great. Their technology is very slacking. But in all fairness, like I will this war be over by this time next year? I honestly don't know. I don't think so, personally. I think we need to stop. Sounds bad, but I really think we need to stop giving money. Mm-hmm. We're giving too much.
The thing is, I guess what it is, and I don't want to. We shouldn't talk about this subject too much, I suppose. But what are we doing? Like, what we're just giving them. We're just putting a big target on our back, aren't we? Really. Yeah. We're just saying, hey, you know, if you're sick of Ukraine, have a pop at us if you want.
Yeah.
Our defences are right down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's stupid.
I mean, as I was saying to you earlier, the government has introduced this new gap year scheme for kids aged, 18 to 24, where you can join the army for a year, but you don't sign a big contract.
Well, in this country?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so usually...
How old?
18 to 24. Wow. So it's a gap year, right? So you can take it before you go to university or something like that. Which I actually think, in all fairness, is quite a good idea, right? Here's my predicament with it, though. The reasoning behind this is that if we get more people in the gap year, more likely people will stay. But I think they're neglecting the reason why young people aren't fighting for this country. And it's nothing to do with, you know, look, in my opinion, the reason young people aren't fighting for this country, and I don't agree with them, but I can understand it, is that they don't find anything great about this country. You know, freedom of speech is kind of being neglected now. They can't afford housing. You know, and in many ways, I think my generation, Gen Z, are a bunch of crybabies. and seriously need to grow up. On the other side, I do kind of understand.
Mm-hmm.
But, forgetting the individual, side of it, whether I agree with it or not, or my views on it, if you're thinking majority, if something happens tomorrow, young people aren't going to want to fight. And you can't, as much as you can try and force people to, they're not going to shoot them.
I guess it's about pride, right?
Yeah.
You're not. If you're not proud about something, you're not going to fight for it.
Yeah, they're not going to court-martial people anymore, are they? They're not going to go right hand against their fucking firing squad to teach them a lesson. That's not going to happen.
No. They might lock you up, though.
Well, they could lock you up, but, are they going to lock up, like, fucking most of this generation?
Yeah, nope.
Keir Starmer can't even keep people in prison. How the fuck is he going to lock people up? Anyway.
They'll be releasing people, won't they? Right?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Right, okay. Yeah, very good. Very good. We don't know what's going to happen ultimately, but it'd be very interesting. We're just going to be here hoping that Russia doesn't aim its nukes at us. What about Israel, Gaza? Obviously, they signed the peace plan, but do you think it will continue?
Yeah, it will continue. It always will.
Is it what the fighting will continue or the peace will continue?
No,
the reason peace right now?
Fighting will look. This has happened every couple of years. This is not it's happened. Oh my god, this isn't. It's not like Ukraine and Russia.
Mm-hmm.
This has been going on for fucking decades. It's not gonna make any real difference.
Fair enough.
I don't think.
All right. Well, talking about war, any other wars that we think there's going to be?
There's been a lot of talk on, and I know this always happens, but there's been a lot of talk of China conducting lots of military drills outside of Taiwan.
They're already doing that, aren't they?
Yeah, they do that a lot, so it's not too surprising. But yeah, I mean, in terms of other wars, I don't think so, but I don't know. There's obviously small wars that we're going to be unaware of.
It's always like define war as well,
Yeah, I mean, like Cambodia and Thailand, they've now signed an agreement, but it's always been hitting off between those countries, and there's countries in the Middle East, I'm sure that are at war, and it may be.
What I find interesting is to see what else Donald Trump's going to do. Because he's got stuff going on outside, a heavy military presence, taking oil tankers and stuff outside of Venezuela. Where's that going to go? Last week, they sent missile strikes into what should we call it? Nigeria, didn't they?
No.
Did you not know about that? No. So Nigeria's been that sort of
they've been genocide against Christians, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been really, really bad. It's been severely underreported as well. And Donald Trump wants to be seen as the kind of gatekeeper for Christians, or the protector of Christians, because he sees, just as America sees, America is deeply rooted in Christian faith and freedom. And I think that can be justified if you do it under that banner. You can be justified to defend the Christian faith and freedom across the world. Yeah. And so he's under that guise. He's been able to make some. They did it from the sea as well, and a massive missiles going many kilometers inland. It's pretty epic. It's pretty cool, really. I mean, come on. Every guy likes war and
imagine being on that ship while that missile takes off.
It's pretty cool as long as it's for the right reasons.
Do you know what's funny?
As long as they're shooting the bad guys and the bad guys are dying, I'm all up for it.
Do you know the Royal Navy make like a Christmas advert every year? Usually the Royal Navy adverts are really good, but they made this Christmas advert. It's actually really good.
Really,
it's like so they've got Silent Night playing. It starts off with obviously the wife and kid at home, and some carol singers come to the door, and it cuts to the child running to the door with the mum, and obviously it's just those two, and then it cuts to the dad obviously on the warship, and they're getting prepared for like a missile strike or something. And it's pretty cool.
I'll have to have a look at that.
The Royal Navy adverts are amazing. The Army and the RAF fucking horseshit.
I saw off topic here, but I saw a sexual harassment if you think that you're getting bullied in the army, right? There is a white woman sexually harassing a black man in both in army units, army uniforms. It's just like, what? Like, the opposite of what would actually happen. Race aside, obviously, but I don't think there is a pandemic of women trying to sexually harass men. And the men's like, oh no.
Do you know what the problem is? Like,
it's so woke. It's the wokest thing.
But do you know what the funny thing about that is that they're just trying to please both sides. Like, there's guys that sit there and complain. If they made a sexual advert where it's like the opposite way around, there'll be people that complain, oh my God, it isn't always women getting sexually harassed. And there'll be people saying, oh, just because he's black. And it's like, guys, facts don't care about your feelings. Let's look at the statistics and just go with that, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, when I see guys on like YouTube and stuff and TikTok like commenting, a
girl
makes a social media post and like every guy's
as shit as it is, sexual harassment is almost certainly always from men to women.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just how it's always been. All right, well that's war done. War
and sexual harassment.
War
apparently.
Done. Economy.
Oh, interesting.
So interest rate's currently 3.75%.
Yep.
Do we think they're going to go down?
No.
Do you think we're going to go up? What's your prediction?
They already warned in the Bank of England that those rates are going to remain there because it was a very tight vote to push them down.
It was a tight vote, but it may well be the next time that they keep it. But what about time after that? We've got a whole year. Was it four reviews?
Each quarter. Yeah. It's interesting because, so obviously interest rates play a really crucial role in inflation. What's our inflation rate currently? It's still not 2%. It's what, 3
I think it went up slightly, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Every month, I think, for inflation.
Should we see our
I'm going to say 3.7.
I think it could be 3.75 or something like that. Which is still really high.
Yeah. Well, it's free. It's not that high. I know the target's 2, but meh.
So it's 3.2.
3.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all right.
That's all right.
It's not great. It's all right.
It's all right. It's better than double digits.
Yeah.
The way I see it is, anyone that's got any finances or anything like that, any lending. Sorry, not finances. Any lending, any borrowing that you've got, it eats away at your borrowing, so making that debt cheaper every year. So in effect, inflation is quite good as long as we don't get runaway interest rates. They're all right. If we keep seeing them down, I think having them below 4 is a really, really good place to be from where we've been. Yeah. If we can get them around about the 3 or the early 3s or even 2.75, woo, that'd be a game changer. That'd be good.
The thing is, though, that's only one piece of the puzzle, isn't it? There's quite a few puzzles that make up the economy. But
I was just about to say as well, actually, in that they are looking at if they haven't. I think they have done a few things already, but they are loosening the they're loosening the bank's reserves. So they don't need to have as much reserves anymore. Yeah. So all that stuff that they put in post credit crunch and financial crisis 2008 is kind of getting rolled back, which a lot of people are going. Well, some people are going. That's how we fuck shit up, right? But I don't agree with that. What I think? I think people should be able to pay their mortgage on an interest-only basis. I don't know why we have them on repayment. There's this thing in our psyche. I'm going off track here, but there's a thing in our psyche that says that we should be paying off our debts. Paying off our debts. But you know what? Let the inflation pay off your debt, right? And let the house keep adding value to itself, and don't worry about it. Yeah. Just pay off the interest. And have that money in your back pocket. It's much better. The thing is as well, it's actually much better for the economy, because if you've got more money in your back pocket, if you've got more spare change, you're going to be spending it, right? So it's good all round, and it's not risky, because you don't need to be 70 or 65 and be mortgage free. You don't need to. If you've bought a house and it's 300 grand and you've got a 250,000 pound mortgage against it, and you have the same house for the next 30 years or whatever, and now that house is worth $1 million, well, guess what? Your mortgage is still going to be worth 250,000. If you're paying interest only. The only difference is it's now 25% loan to value as opposed to 85% or whatever. So you've got a much better. That's a much more better way of doing it. Plus, all that money that would have gone into repaying that £250,000 loan has gone into the economy. You win. I don't understand why we're not doing that. And it was a knee-jerk reaction from the government or powers that be. And I don't know if it's something that maybe the banks can do interest only, but only if it's a certain loan to value and stuff like that. Or I don't know what the parameters are of the legalities of making it interest only, or even just education of informing people. I don't know.
From memory, because I remember speaking to my old boss, which was a financial advisor, about this. I believe that interest only mortgages now are only given to people that can prove they can pay it. At the end. So my old boss had an interest-only mortgage, and but this was a long time ago. He actually took it out.
A massive pension or something.
Yeah, well, he had a business. And it was a financial advice business. So obviously it was quite sought after. So when he sells, he'll be able to pay off the entirety of the house anyway. I believe that's the only reason it was given to him. So I think it's still available, but it's a very case-by-case basis. Yeah. But I mean,
anything that is a case-by-case basis as well is normally computer says no.
Yeah, I mean, let's
go to a specialist.
Let's talk about another factor in the economy. Obviously, we've got growth, right?
Love this.
And that's not been doing very well.
Has it not?
No.
No,
the UK growth has been horrific.
I thought companies were employing left, right, and centre. I thought it was great.
Unemployment's.
Joking.
I was just about to say, what are you all about?
Newsflash: economy's going down a Swanee, So, is it going to get better? Are we going to have a economic turnaround?
No.
No, it's not going to happen, is it?
No.
And that's that's half the battle that has already been lost. We all know the answer is no. Okay, we know this. So why? And if we know this, everyone else knows this. Why would anyone invest? If you're thinking that the economy is going to be bad this time next year, why are you going to invest?
Yeah.
Why are you spending money on the UK economy when you could go somewhere else that's got a much more positive outlook?
Yeah. Thing is, I think going back to slightly interest rates, I think a lot of people need to remember interest rates are simply just a valve. They're almost like a plumbing system in your boiler. You need to let in pressure, right, to the system. So the interest rates are just like a valve you can turn, right? Just because you turn the valve doesn't mean you fix the problem. If your boiler's fucked, your boiler's fucked. Turning a valve and letting pressure in is not going to solve the problem. It's just going to slow it down, right? So I do think, unemployment's it is just rising because companies haven't got the security in the UK to pay. They're also scared about Rachel Reeves and the tax consequences. Yeah. So they're moving abroad, offshore into other places, and then scrapping UK plants. Our manufacturing centre is obsolete in the UK. We are not an export-led economy anymore. We're an import-led economy, and we offer services. And we've balanced on the idea of us doing a service-based economy, right? Finance, consulting, all that stuff. Great, but now because of Rachel Reeves, these big companies are questioning: is the UK really where we want to position ourselves? Because young people are leaving, or the talent pool is becoming overcrowded, and less people are being able to shine. So these companies are now like, okay, well, why wouldn't we move somewhere where we have more potential, tax rules. And if Rachel Reeves, God forbid, adds a non-don tax for people leaving the UK, may it impact businesses?
Mm-hmm.
That would be the turning point. I promise you, if Rachel Reeves was to go, okay, we're going to tax businesses leaving this country, it would be Armageddon up to the point where that is introduced.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can both agree on that.
Yeah, she's just a wally.
Anyway, so the answer is predictions for the economy this time next year, not good.
And in which case, then, would you invest in crypto? Where do you think that's going to go?
Yeah, crypto's really, really fallen on the backbenches, hasn't it? I remember having a chat with someone about this, about crypto when it was booming and stuff. And the question was, where do we think it's going to go? And my argument behind where it's going to go, and I think it would become an asset, just like kind of gold is, like it's a commodity.
Have we spoke about crypto before?
No, we've never spoken about crypto.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My impression of it is it's like a commodity, okay? Because, and the reason I think crypto will never be like this big new thing is for the same reason that makes it so good, is that the government can't take their hand in it, or it makes it a lot more complicated too. Because it's a...
that's funny, that's always the view I had.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so governments will only really push things where there is an incentive for them, and there is no incentive for crypto because it's so difficult to control.
Yeah. Well, we have an incredible tool in owning your own currency, right? The reason why we didn't want to join the euro is because we can't control it.
Yeah.
In states, in times of trouble, would be just printed our money our way out of it. You can't do that with crypto. So if it ends up, which I don't think it would anyway, but if it did end up with a lot of transactions would be done via crypto, the government would just clamp down on it. It just wouldn't happen. It would just be a case of it's not legal tender, ultimately. So, but where will it go? Well, let's just talk about the big one, Bitcoin. God knows.
I don't even know where it is now.
It's on about £90,000, I think.
So it hasn't really broke 100, has it?
Well, so it did early in 2025.
Did it?
Yeah, it went to 128.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah. But if you bought crypto this time last year, it would be where's it bloody year to date? I can't find it. Yeah, this is it. I think this is it. No. Anyway, but it would have cost you, I think it's like 90,000 now, and this time last year it was about the same, if not a little bit more, something like that. Anyway, so I'll find out what that is and tell you later on. Yeah. But I'm not a believer personally of it. I do think there's a lot of people that we can do a whole episode about crypto if we haven't done already. I think there's a lot of people that make money in crypto, but there's a lot more people that lose money in crypto because for people to win, others have to lose.
It's like the stock market, though, isn't it?
I tell you what, it's more like gambling, right? Yeah. Because when you invest in something that you don't understand, and you lose money because you've invested in something that you don't understand. A lot of people that do it are just ordinary Joe Blogs that want to put £1 in something and want it to be worth £100,000 in a few months' time. It's just not going to happen most of the time. Yeah. They see these, posters or whatever. They hear about these cryptos that have gone to the moon and they've made them, loads and loads of money, and they hear about crypto, the guy who bought pizza with 10 crypto bits and now it would be worth billions and billions of pounds. Yeah. They hear stuff like that and think, oh yeah, we need to get in early, we need to buy it now, and then it ends up being worth a lot less. The whole concept is, anyway, I could talk about it for a long time, and but it would take over this episode. So unless you've got anything more to add on that.
No, not really. I think it goes down to that thing Warren Buffett said, which was that he never invested in Apple because he didn't understand it. But Coca-Cola, he understands.
Yeah.
It's about investing in things that you can truly understand, because then it makes it kind of a safer investment.
And ultimately, in hindsight, anyone investing in Apple, 20 years ago or something, and if they didn't, then you go, you were stupid. You shouldn't invest in that. But there's loads of that. The power of hindsight is the power of hindsight, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else? AI.
AI. This is a really interesting one, actually.
AI, technology, and all the rest of it. Let's lump it all into one.
Okay.
I know it's your passion, so you go ahead.
Yeah, I do love a bit of AI, to be honest. So interestingly enough, okay. So I think a good way to kind of predict what happens with AI is to look in the past, right? So we need to look at how it's developed over the last couple of years. Okay. So when did it really start? It started 21, 22, really? ChatGPT really came out.
I would say it started with the film with Bruce Willis.
That's an old film.
Is it with Bruce Willis? No, it's not with Bruce Willis. Jude Law, I think.
What are you on about?
Yeah, AI, artificial intelligence.
What?
The movie.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Came out in the 90s.
Oh. Lovely. Right, so did Terminator, but we're not talking about that.
Yeah. Now that's some AI.
Yeah.
iRobot.
That's a good film.
Yeah, that's
It's
AI.
a Will Smith film.
Yeah.
Actually, I like Pursuit of Happiness. That's good.
Oh, did you hear the? A quick one. What's his name? Really funny comedian.
Ricky Gervais?
No, the other one. Quite offensive.
Oh, Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr, that's the one.
I love Jimmy Carr.
It was said. He was asked the other day, "What do you think of Will Smith?" And he says, "Will Smith has proved himself to be the greatest actor of all time because for the past 30 years, he's convinced everyone that he's a nice guy."
Yeah. It's true.
Very funny man.
Yeah.
I love Jimmy Carr.
Anyway,
sorry.
Back
you go ahead.
Back to AI. Right. Okay. So, interestingly enough, we've had a massive boom in AI in the last 2 years, right? AI was at its early days, even when I was at university in final year, which was 2024, and it was very good then. But it's a lot better now. Right, you have all of these AI models now competing against each other, which obviously adds a lot of growth in terms of development and R&D. So I really think this year it's going to be an exponential one. I think it won't be long until, and I remember I asked my ChatGPT this, and I pay for the paid version because it's just so much better. And I asked it, I was like, what's the predictions on terms of how long will it be until we have in-ear stuff that we can wear and use on a daily basis, like glasses and thingies? And it said, right, so glasses are a bit off, right? But in terms of in-ear kind of thingies where you can click onto it and you have this person talking to you, you ask it questions, it'll answer you back. You go to a different country, it translates for you. That isn't too far off, right? And the other thing it said, the first product likely is going to be an Alexa style thing, but with ChatGPT. And it said that ChatGPT has already bought the rights and they expect to release a product. I don't know if it's this year or next year. I think it's this year though. And it's going to.
I don't understand why Alexa doesn't have that.
Alexa's useless.
It's terrible.
I mean, it's so bad. Because it's not AI.
Yeah, well, it's good at telling the time.
Right?
Nothing else. It's good at telling you the weather.
Yeah.
It can play a song if you ask it very nicely.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly telling it to shut up. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get AI in that bad boy, whoo-wee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it some legs.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I love ChatGPT. I think it's great.
What about Gemini? I keep hearing about Gemini.
I haven't used Gemini. I don't really know.
I feel like I need to cheat on ChatGPT and go to Gemini.
I'll never cheat on ChatGPT. Isn't it funny that we're talking about that and we've already established like relationships of which one we use? Isn't that funny? Because it's becoming a more personal thing as well.
Well, humans like things that we know, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to cheat on things that we know. We even if it's better the devil, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
Cool.
What do you think? What's your predictions of AI?
Well, I don't bloody know.
It's not really you're not really too involved in it,
Well,
are you?
it's one of those ones that is so hard to predict, right? I think there's going to be a lot more job losses in AI. As I think what it is whenever there's something new, it takes a little while for everybody to become used to it and to trust it. And I think people are slowly going, instead of just writing this list out, I'm going to trust that ChatGPT can do it for me, And I think once you get to that point where more and more people use it, more and more people trust it, you're going to see a load of layoffs. You're going to see a big change in the kind of white collar work, and I think that will happen this year in the next few years. I'm not sure if any governments will be big enough to do any AI regulations, because that's obviously a big thing. But it's moving fast, but I don't think we're going to see anything behoosive this year. That's my prediction.
Should I ask ChatGPT quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do it. Hey Nova, what's your predictions for AI in general in 2026?
Hey Alex, well, looking at 2026, I think we can expect AI to be even more seamlessly woven into daily life. We're probably going to see more advanced personal assistants, maybe something like me, but even more integrated into devices and daily workflows. We'll likely see AI making more strides in creative fields, like helping with content creation, video editing, and even maybe more personalized interactions in things like customer service or education. And on the business side, I'd imagine even more data-driven decision-making and automation of routine tasks. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be a bit more of AI everywhere, getting a little smarter and a little more intuitive.
Yeah, when you see advertisements now or whatever, even now you look at it and go, I think that's AI. And that thing of, I think it is, means it's come so far that you can barely tell the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very, very good. That's only just going to get better, isn't it?
I can't wait until they start adding more video editing stuff into it, because the day that I can put all the files into an AI software and go, okay, I want you to generate from the first clip, I want a hyperlapse of X to Z, then I want it to go into fast cuts, that would make my life so much easier.
Should we go straight in for a few? I know we talked about political stuff, but we went straight into war, which was a bit more fun to talk about. But Keir Starmer, do you think he'll last? Oh, this is the deep thinking.
I don't actually know. I think he should leave. There's no doubt in my mind.
I think he'll go.
I think they need to drag him kicking and screaming like a little baby at this point.
But I think he needs to see something very clear from the British public, and ultimately it's not even him. It's all the MPs, all the Labour MPs will need to see something very, very clear that they need to change direction. And I think that's the way it goes. The problem is, though, I think a lot of Labour MPs thinks that the answer is to go further to the left.
Yeah.
So whilst one of our biggest problems with him is him being a bit too left and authoritarianism, then I actually think Labour MPs would pick someone, dare I say, even worse.
Yeah.
So that may well happen. Like Angela Rayner may well come back in and could be Prime Minister. God. That could happen because I think that is what the backbench Labour MPs want. They just need a catalyst for it to happen. And that is going to happen in May. And everybody knows that's going to happen in May. And so they're just waiting for May. There's no point in doing anything now.
The local elections.
Yeah. There's loads of local elections across the country, of which Green will get a load of attention, a load of votes, and so will UKIP. So will reform. And so reform will get loads of attention. Green will get loads of attention. Labour won't. Conservatives might get a little rebound, but basically it's enough to make the rally call.
Yep.
For
It'll be reform versus Green,
for Starmer and Rachel Reeves to go.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to happen. I think he'll go. My prediction. Just before the summer recess, I think at that point he'll go. I think it will take a bit of time, and then I think they'll use the summer recess to find. I think he might stay on during that summer recess, so technically he'll go just before they all come back in September. And it's at that point that they'll appoint the new person, and it'll go like that. I think that's where I will go, because they'll need to vote a new person in.
Yeah.
I think that's because they'll be then just a couple of years away from the next general election, where it will be 2 years in, and with nearly 3 years to go, so enough to make a difference. So I think, I think that's what's going to happen. Be fun if it's true. Right, should we talk about anything else?
Talk about the social divide in the UK. So, obviously, this year has also been a massive turning point for the British public. A lot more riots, a lot more protests.
Is it?
Yeah, of course it has.
Not as much as last year. That was 2024. Yeah. All the hotel stuff in 2024.
That was last year.
No.
That's 2025.
Well, yeah, but there was
Epping
stuff.
Hotel, that all happened in 2025.
Yeah, I guess, but that was more isolated.
And then you had massive the London protests.
London protest? Oh,
big
yeah.
one.
Yeah, well, with Tommy Robinson leading that charge.
Yeah.
It's will we see more of that? Probably.
I think so.
Probably.
They're not making it any better, are they?
No.
And they what was that thing? There was in just before Christmas, Keir Starmer made a post saying about this guy that has been extradited and released to the UK, and we're so glad they're home. And it was this bloke that was just pure racist to Jewish people. Like, it was just saying on Twitter they should be killed and stuff. And this is Keir Starmer, it's the same person that arrested someone and put them in prison for 9 months for social media posts that got a total of 33 views. Yeah. And yet this person that's on the left rallying against Jewish people. We're not talking about good things. We're talking about killing Jewish people. That's somehow got him out of prison. It's mental. It's mental. I don't think it's going to get any better, to be honest. No.
So overall, for the year, it's going to be a good year. I think it's going to be a bit of a crazy year. I
think this year is going to be what you make it. I think if you looked external, this is going to be a pretty pessimistic year. I'm pretty pessimistic about the
Are you
thing.
talking what you make it on an individual level?
Yeah, but then I'm saying what you make of it individual level. Last year was probably the best year of my life. Made some massive calls in my life. And ultimately, it comes down to that same thing. It's what you make it. The thing is, you can sit there and crying about how the economy is shit, how politics is everywhere, how the government doesn't listen to people. And don't worry, because we do that every week. But ultimately, we've still got on with our lives. And I think if I wanted to give my generation one lesson, it's that, guys, you need to stop. You need to stop caring so much. Left or right, doesn't matter.
That's it. Stop caring.
Yeah, just stop caring about things that you can't control. You've got this massive thing you can control, and it's yourself. So if you're miserable in your job, fucking leave. Or unless you work for Oliver, and then stay.
They won't be miserable working with me anyway.
Just stop worrying so much. let us worry about the economy for you and politics.
That's it. Cool. Right.
What do you think? Now, hold on.
What?
I want to give your summary of the situation.
Oh yeah.
Buzz.
Okay. Right. So my summary. Very interesting year. It's going to be there's going to be a lot going on. Obviously, with Trump in the White House, you're always going to have an entertaining year. Define what entertainment is, but it's you're not going to be bored. Put it that way. I think we live in the most dangerous times since since the height of the Cold War. We live in dangerous times because of that, and to a certain extent, it kind of normalizes that. You know, people will live under the threat of something happening, but such a long time, just as they did in the Cold War, that everyone just gets on as normal. I think what we're gonna see, we haven't quite spoke about this really, but we're gonna see a huge shift to the right all across Europe. I think this trend is already happening, and I think it's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. I think social media has a huge part to play in this. The thing is, if something is happening in major cities, whilst a lot of people live there, yes, the bulk of the people that live in that country live outside of those cities, and they only rarely visit those cities. But what social media is doing, I mean, X is making a big play for this, is opening all our eyes. You know, the journalism of YouTubers and social media stars or influencers are taking over mainstream media. People don't believe mainstream media as much as they used to be. That used to be just sort of a fringe view, and that's now the mainstream view is that we don't want mainstream media, if that makes sense. So yeah, that is the common view now, isn't it? That's a better word. So where that will go is a very interesting thing. Over this year and next year, I feel like whenever you start breaking native people, doesn't matter where those native people are, whether they're in Europe, South America, Africa, whatever nation it is, whatever you've got, whatever the situation, the moment you start hammering down and the native people start to feel the weight of the foot above them, at some point they will rise up, and I think that is starting to happen. The things that you couldn't say out loud a few years ago, or even a couple of years ago, is something that you could say out loud. So I think that's needed. We need to save European culture. We need to save British culture, and I think, and I hope that people are finally realizing that.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
and I think that stuff is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hope it's going to happen, and I think it will happen. So there you go.
Agree. Anyway, well, if you enjoyed this, we got to look back at this predictions episode. We've got to see what was right, what was wrong.
Yeah, I don't know how much we've predicted. It's been a very wishy-washy prediction.
Yeah, but no, we
haven't gone, this is what it's going to be, but we can't.
We've made general predictions, which I think is good enough.
Yeah, vibes.
Yeah.
Vibe prediction.
We predict the mood.
Yeah. It's not going to be a happy land at the end.
That's what you make it.
Yeah. Well, cool. Watch your space. See you later, everybody.
See you later. Have a good one.